You know you should be using AI to automate your business, but maybe you're stuck wondering, what tasks should I automate first? If you've been going down the AI rabbit hole, which trust me, I know it's easy to go and get sucked into that, you can see very quickly that some people are throwing out all these automations and tools that you don't really need. So what should you actually be focusing on that's gonna get the biggest ROI when it comes to automating your business? Let's talk about it in this video. If you don't know me, my name is Abbey Ashley. I'm the founder of The Virtual Savvy, and I help virtual assistants become certified AI integrators. If you don't know what an AI integrator is, we'll talk about it a little bit in this video, but it's my goal to help businesses get AI automated. It is here, it's here to stay. And so how do we do it effectively? That's what I talk about here on this channel, and I'm so excited that you're here. Now, I'd like to pull back the curtain and share with you what my very first automation was. And I'm not talking about just interacting with ChatGPT or Claude and asking it some back and forth questions. I'm talking about a full-on agentic automation where the computer goes in and does work for me even when I'm not sitting in front of it. That, my friends, was my email inbox. Now, I've gone on to automate over 100 hours per week in my business, and this is still one of the best automations that I have built. And the reason is because I was spending time doing this every single day in my business. I used to have a VA that did it. We had some transitions. I took it on myself, and I realized, oh my goodness, I'm spending almost an hour a day literally in the inbox. This is not what I've been planning to do after 10 years of business. So I set out to build my first automation. I did it inside of Claude. I used Cowork, and I essentially set up a system where every single day at 6 a.m. and then again at 6 p.m., it goes into my inbox. It filters my inbox. It unsubscribes from anything that I don't need. It helped me set up forwarding so certain messages will go to certain team members. And then it actually drafts responses to the emails that I do need to respond to, so that all I have to do is go in, read them, make sure that I like the response, and hit send. This has literally saved me hours per week. And I think what's so important about my story and what I chose to automate is that it was a task that was currently taking me time. And this leads me to the number one mistake that I see business owners making when it comes to AI automation, is that they're not automating tasks that they're already doing. They see a random reel or TikTok about try this automation, try this prompt, but it's not something that they're actually doing in their business day to day. So again, it sends them down the AI rabbit hole, and they spend hours and hours creating something that they didn't really need in the first place. This is why I teach my certified AI integrators the LOOP method. LOOP stands for locate, optimize, operate, and partner. The very first step in the LOOP method is to locate. You have to actually locate the tasks that are repetitive in your business, the ones that are taking up time, the ones that you think, I wonder if this could be AI automated. Now, when I'm working with small business owners to locate the tasks that could potentially be automated, there are 4 specific things that I'm looking for. Number 1, repetitive tasks. These are tasks that you're doing the same way more than once a week, not just a one-off project. Number 2, time-consuming relative to its importance. If it's eating 20 minutes a day but requires 0 real strategic thought, it's definitely on the docket. Number 3, rule-based. If there's a pattern to it. If you can say, if X happens, then you do Y, that is the exact type of formula that AI agentic work is built for. And then number 4, is it draining? Even if it's a small task, it's a simple spreadsheet that you fill out once a day, but it zaps your energy. These tiny tasks are usually the ones costing you more than just time. They're costing your energy too. Basically, if a task is something that you would consider handing to a virtual assistant, it could be a task that you would potentially automate with AI. Now, I want to set the record clear. As someone who has literally trained over 7,000 virtual assistants through my programs, I am not here to say that AI should replace a virtual assistant, not by any means. In fact, for virtual assistants, I think that AI is a huge opportunity. I truly believe that right now, more than ever, business owners are excited for automations, for workflows, for outsourcing, which is what we've been doing for years as VAs. So if virtual assistants can come in, learn how to build out these workflows, learn how to build out the automations, work with their clients as a human in the loop, right? Because again, it takes a human to set up the automations, to make sure that they're still running properly. Hey, let's admit it, to fix them when they break, because sometimes they break. All of that requires a human. And that's where I think that this is a new up-leveled opportunity for virtual assistants. So what tasks should you actually automate with AI? Well, if I was gonna start from scratch again a year ago when I started automating my business after automating 100 hours, these are the things that I would choose to automate first. There's 15, let's go through them. Number 1, your inbox. Sorting, drafting responses, unsubscribing, filling in folders. This was my first automation. I recommend it be yours too. Number 2, meeting scheduling. Back and forth, does Tuesday work emails? It's gone. You don't need that anymore. Number 3, follow-up emails. After a call, a proposal, a missed connection, this is something that you can automate. Number 4, client onboarding. Welcome emails, contract links, kickoff details, sent in order automatically. Number 5, meeting notes. There are so many tools. You can be transcribing the call, pulling out action items, sending a recap, all with AI. Number 6, content repurposing. You can turn one blog post into 5 social captions, a LinkedIn article, a Substack article, and more without starting from scratch every single time. Number 7, first draft socials. I haven't completely automated my social media yet, but Claude is making some carousels for me that are outperforming any of my own original content right now, so I'm currently diving more into this. Number 8, data entry. This one's huge. There is just no reason for us to be doing manual data entry anymore. Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini can be automating this 100%. Invoice reminders. Number 10, customer FAQs, right? We actually built out a customer service assistant inside of our business. We trained it to answer emails like us. So again, it sends that first draft. We look at it, make any tweaks, but it has reduced significantly the amount of time that we are actually having to handle customer service. Number 11, lead qualification. This could be sorting inquiries into ready now, not yet, before you ever see them. Number 12, proposal drafts. Let AI write the proposal for you, and then you go in and add that personal touch. Number 13, weekly reporting. I am obsessed with the reports that Claude is pulling for me on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. KPI reports, sales reports, financial reports, they get delivered to me automatically, so I always have a very clear view of what's happening in my business. 14, research and competitor scans. The stuff you know you should be checking often, but you never really do it. This is an awesome task to hand over to AI. And then lastly, transcription and repurposing. This could be podcast episodes, videos, calls. You can now turn them into blog posts, emails, captions, and more. How I was able to automate 100 hours a week was not in one massive sprint where I just did it all in a week. No, it was by automating just one task at a time. I made a massive list of the things that were taking up time that I thought this could be automated, and then I chose one. I built out the automation. Maybe it took me an hour or even 2 hours to do, but once the automation was built, it just runs forever, right? I wake up and the automation is sitting in my inbox or in a Slack message or some kind of deliverable is made and done for me because I spent the time to build it. I also want to stress to you that you are not behind. The amount of people actually implementing agentic work into their business is a very, very small percentage of business owners right now. Now, this is the future. You will be behind eventually if we don't start doing this, but right now, take a deep breath. Most businesses are not AI automated yet, and that's okay. So even just trying out one simple automation, taking an hour or 2 to automate something that's taking you an hour or more per month in your business is going to really make you see, oh, I can do this. Now, if you're a virtual assistant or online service provider that has been thinking about providing AI integration services to your clients, I want to invite you to join my AI Integrator certification waitlist. You can go to thevirtualsavvy.com/waitlist. You'll see when our next cohort opens, if it's not open right now, and you'll be able to join that waitlist so that you can join this 5-week certification program where we teach you how to automate tasks for small business owners. In the same way, if you're a small business owner who is wanting to automate your own business, or you already have somebody on your team that you want to go through the certification, you are welcome to go through it as well. Again, that link is thevirtualsavvy.com/waitlist. So now as we conclude this video, I want to hear from you. What do you think the very first task is going to be that you're going to automate in your business with AI? I would love to know in the comments. We read every single one. That's it for today's video. I'll see you in the next one.